Good morning. Well, I told many of you that when I came out to Jerusalem next, I would try to send out a regular video. I was sending them out, of course, before almost every day, but that hasn't been possible for some time. But I just want to communicate with you some of the things that's happening in our lives, both to ask for your prayers and to reassure you as well that we are praying for you. You see, we are living in a very special place. So every morning at 7 o'clock, I'm down at the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Now, I know it's the Roman Catholic services, but I sit there on what is Calvary. Priest after priest comes to the altar to take services. French and Spanish and Chinese and Japanese, even some English services. Of course, the wonderful thing about the services, as they are said in this way, is that you can follow them because the Kyries are in the same place and the Sanctus is in the same place, and you can follow the service through quite easily, even though you may not be able to understand the language that it is being spoken in. And as these priests come to the altar, I remember you wherever you are. I go through all the places where I've lived and my family and friends, things I know about and things that I need to pray about. And so I invite you simply to let me know what these things are in order that I can bring them before the Lord in this particular way. I'm sitting at the moment just outside our small apartment, and as you can see, it's very pleasant. But then it's the early morning, and it's gradually going to get hotter. Before the end of the day, it's going to be in its mid-30s, and then I will not be out here. I'll be sitting inside with all the air conditioning going, and still praying and thinking about all the things that I know about and holding you in prayer. And I ask for your prayers as well, both for Sandra and myself. She is trying to understand the way the education system works here in Israel in order that she can guide these schools that she is responsible for. There are head teachers in charge of these different schools, but many problems are handed on to her, and she has to deal with embassy officials who are sending their children to the school, and different family situations which are not quite the same probably as she was facing when she was a head teacher in England. So I ask you to pray for her that she be granted wisdom, the wisdom of Solomon, which is very important to know how these different things can be organized and what we can do about them. I ask your prayers myself as well, because I have found difficulty in finding a place where I can minister effectively. Yes, I can pray, and that's an important thing. And yes, I can be up in the morning thinking of you and remembering you wherever you may be. But I feel somehow that God has sent me here and told me to wait, because something is coming, something special, and He wants me to minister in a particular way. But I don't know what that can be. If you look at the Gospel next Sunday, you see that Jesus says to His followers, unless you're willing to pick up your cross and follow me, then, you can't be part of my team. You must do this. And we have done it in a sense, and we've given up our home and given up a lot of our possessions in order to be here at this particular time. But we often sit down and wonder whether we're in the right place or doing the right thing, because of course the enemy throws all sorts of worries into our lives and makes us think that perhaps we haven't heard quite correctly what we should be doing or what it is God is asking of us. Now, I'm sure that if we wait long enough, God will use all of these situations. And I just ask you, don't forget us. Keep praying for us, and keep praying for us as we look forward into the future. We as well are not quite sure what it is that God is asking at this time. We are just sort of marking time, not sure which way to go. And we ask that you call down God's blessing into our lives. If you have any needs, any problems, well, contact me on my email address, because I will take you to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. I will take you to the Eucharist being celebrated in that place, and I will remember you by name in that place at that time. May God bless you wherever you are. Amen.